Welcome to CamelbackTrading.org. This is the review of April 8th, 2026. Using our proprietary Camelback TradingView market profile, let's review today's price action and look at what is ahead for tomorrow. We had a big gap up today, fueled by the overnight headline regarding a ceasefire. This gap up immediately placed the daily in an up posture, with overnight inventory being completely long. It started as a 3-0 lead for the bulls. At the open, NQ placed the monthly back into balance, which actually stripped away the lead advantage the bulls held. We then saw an immediate inventory correction. A period pushed down, and when B period opened near A's lows, NQ took that low and began one-time framing down. ES held out until C period when the selling intensified and both indices took out their initial balance lows. By this point, the bulls had lost their lead. By the end of C period, the bears won the open and established single prints, bringing the score to 5-3 in favor of the bears. However, D period failed to hold those single prints, and by E period, the one-time framing lower stopped, releasing some of that selling pressure. F period began one-time framing up, creating a potential afternoon rally high on both ES and NQ, shifting the score to 4-3 for the bulls. G period continued that upward rotation and raised the POC on both indices, with G period becoming the new afternoon rally high for NQ. In H period, the push continued. ES forced the bears to lose the open and invalidated its afternoon rally high, though NQ held its own. Price then reversed, and by I period, both indices were one-time framing down, marking I period as the afternoon pullback in both ES and NQ. J period initially stopped the downward one-time framing, but eventually reversed and created a reversal bar, marking J period as the new potential afternoon pullback at that time. The volatility continued into K period, which took out J's low and sold off deeply enough to invalidate the afternoon pullbacks. L period broke K's low but spent the rest of the time rotating between those lows and the K period halfback. Finally, M period stopped the one-time framing down on both. We ended the day with a 10-wide POC on ES. NQ closed with a 9-wide POC at halfback. Both POCs will be carried over. Both indices ended the day with a 4-2 bull lead on the MGI scorecard. Throughout the session, the bulls maintained the gap, value, and the indices in their favor. NQ carries an afternoon rally high from G, a 9-wide POC, and successfully held the gap up. Its monthly and weekly are in balance while the daily is up. ES finishes with a 10-wide POC. It remains down on the monthly, in balance on the weekly, and up on the daily. To define the specific balance ranges for the higher time frames, we will wait for the week and month to conclude. Our plan for tomorrow is to see how the market digests this gap up and the heavy rotation we experienced after the early long liquidation. The bulls currently have the upper hand. They will want to defend today's value by using the wide POCs as support. As a bull, you want to see an open above value, and if we test today's POC, we want to see responsive buying. What the bulls must avoid is opening above value only to let sellers drive price back into today's value area. Ultimately, buyers must defend today's low to keep the daily from falling back into balance. For the bears, the mission is to regain control of value, attack today's low, and eventually tackle the remaining gap. Today was a classic example of how overnight sentiment meets intraday reality. The market spent the day repairing inventory, so let the market profile and the MGI guide your setups tomorrow. Don't start with a bias, let the data guide you. Remember, if you are going to buy an account with Tradeify, use code CB2724 and help us donate to St. Jude's Hospital, 20% this time. Also, don't forget you can get this education daily inside the Camelback Trading Room, including our daily webinar and our custom market profile for TradingView. Join us at CamelbackTrading.org. Be safe and trade well.